And we are live again from the Nomad Summit in Chiang Mai, the fourth day of Beach City Media's Digital Nomad Tour in Chiang Mai. And I've got with me one of the speakers here today, Matt Bowles. Hi, Matt.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Unfortunately, I missed out on your talk. I was out here in the hall doing interviews. I heard a couple seconds though, but can you tell me, what did you just talk about in here?
Sure, I talked a little bit about my entrepreneurial journey over the last 10 years and sort of pulled out the top 10 lessons that people can learn from my experiences I thought would be the most actionable lessons for people. And so a lot of that had to do with where I was at various different points in the business journey and different things that I had to overcome to get where I am now.
Right. So that was a journey over, what, 10 years? Did you? Okay. Can you give us the short version of that? Not the whole talk, but the short version of those 10 years.
The short condensed version of my talk, yeah. So basically, up until the age of 30, my entire academic background and all my work experience, my whole career trajectory had absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing today.
Right.
When I was 30 years old, I got fired from my job unexpectedly one day. And at that very day, I said, I'm never working for anybody else again. I'm going to start my own business. And so what I talked to people about today was, first of all, be open to total redirections that may come forward. Oftentimes disguised as setbacks, they may be opportunities. And then as you go forward from there, really I talked about a lot of the stuff that you want to focus on in terms of what to expect in terms of the entrepreneurial roller coaster, the downside of business and when it's going to be really hard and how to get through that and overcome that and all the things that are going to come at you and how you have to be able to prioritize your own time, how you have to be able to prioritize what is the highest and best use of your time and the other people that you're doing business with as well, and to be proactive instead of reactive in pursuing those with your entire, effort.
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people we talk to who have, they are either location independent and independent of an employer because they do their own thing, or they're in that transition. And, again and again I hear it starts from a place of frustration, right? It tends to do that.
Yeah, you see that, one of the things I think that's important is that a lot of people want to do it.
Right.
And then a lot of people don't do it because of a number of reasons, right?
Sure.
And so I think taking the first step and doing it, but being prepared for what is to come. And it's not easy. So that's the important thing, right? There are a lot of romantic things about this lifestyle, but it's not easy, and there's going to be a lot of very difficult things that are going to come your way. And so preparing for that in advance and having your bounce back techniques in place, right? When you get the wind knocked out of you by the market or by a major business setback, know what to do. Defend your emotional state. Be prepared to get out of panic mode and back into problem-solving mode as fast as possible, and a lot of that different stuff. Because I think a lot of people, when they get the wind knocked out of them for the first time, they think, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I can't handle this. But if you prepare for it in advance and you inoculate yourself, okay, this is a business problem to be solved. Every entrepreneur goes through this, and now I know that I just need to keep pushing forward. That's how you continue along this path.
Okay. So I guess there are a lot of ways to try to prepare for that and to deal with those setbacks when they come and those frustrations and self-doubt and all that. Could you give us some tips that you think could be useful for people to hear about?
Sure. I think first of all you need to figure out what is going to be useful for you. Okay, so maybe it's some combination of exercise, meditation, maybe you do yoga, maybe you go get massages, maybe you have inspirational video clips that are particularly impactful for you. And so you create basically a routine so that when this kind of stuff happens, and you feel like just curling up and going back to bed or escaping and watching Netflix, what you actually have to do is the opposite. So you need to get your head back in the game. You need to get back in the game emotionally. You need to get back into a state of peak productivity so that you can handle the situation. You need to just know what that is for you and be prepared to execute it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can identify with those kinds of situations, right? So would you be able to share with us a little bit about what is your sort of routines look like in that respect?
Well, that's a lot of it, right? First of all, exercise is crucial for me, right? I know that physiologically, in addition to mentally, that's just vitally important. Nutrition is another one. When I'm not eating right, I'm way off my game, that kind of stuff. So, a lot of those kind of things. The other thing, though, that's really important is surrounding yourself with a community of people that can support you. Okay, so for me, one of the biggest challenges of entrepreneurship is about isolation. So what I've been trying to be very intentional about doing is surrounding myself, whether they're people on your team, like business partners, or just a community of people like we're here with today, who can support you because they understand it. You don't have to be ashamed to say, oh, I'm really feeling down today, I'm doubting myself, I'm this. Happens to every entrepreneur. And so to have a community of people that can support you in those moments, and you can support them in their moments, that is crucially important. The people that know and understand what you're doing, and they can support each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's what I hear from a lot of people. I think a lot of people are here and come to these types of events to seek out that support. Maybe not consciously in a way, but they're drawn to it for those reasons, I think. So, but your business now, that's an investor group. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's not a traditionally virtual business, that's for sure.
Okay.
So we are a licensed real estate brokerage in the state of Nevada in the U.S.
A real estate brokerage?
Yep, we're a licensed real estate brokerage. But we don't do traditional real estate brokerage stuff. So we don't take people around and help them buy houses to live in. We deal with real estate investors exclusively, which just means regular people that want to buy and hold rental property as an investment and get passive residual income from the rent, right? And so what we've done is we've created a turnkey model where you can buy a single family home or a 2 to 4 unit property, which has already been fully renovated. It already has a tenant in place paying rent, and it already has a property manager in place collecting the rent, handling the maintenance. So A, you don't have to deal with the headaches of being a landlord or being a rehabber. And B, you can buy that real estate and own it from anywhere in the world. So digital nomads, for example, are a huge market for us in terms of they want to buy income-generating assets, they want to create passive income to finance their lifestyle, and they want to be able to do it from the beach in Thailand, but own property in advantageous U.S. rental markets. We help them to do that.
Okay. So, and what about sort of your daily work? Where are you based? I mean, sounds like you could be. Would you say you're location independent, working with that business, or?
I'm very location independent. We've done that. We've done that on purpose from the very beginning. We've built it on that model. A lot of people told us we couldn't do this. How are you going to build a real estate brokerage and run it from the other side of the world? Never heard of that. We said, and they said, who's going to buy a $100,000 plus property without ever seeing it and without ever meeting you? Who's going to do that? Well, guess what? My clients do that all the time. And I run the business. I've lived in the last 5 years, I've lived in 45 different countries.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've lived, on 6 continents. So I live all over the place. And we've integrated that kind of lifestyle design into our our company culture and our brand identity, and our clients understand and they like that and they find that interesting and they aspire to some version of that. They may not want the exact same lifestyle that I want, but they want the lifestyle freedoms and the ability to choose what they want to do. And so we help them to do that by using investment real estate as a vehicle, right? So it's not about the sticks and the bricks of the property. It's about this is a income generating asset that can be a vehicle to help you to finance whatever your dream lifestyle is.
And your company is set up that way, like your employers, they're all over the place as well, or?
Employers?
Sorry, employees.
All of our staff are location independent. And in fact, my 2 business partners that I founded the company with, we've never lived in the same city ever once since the first day the company was founded. So we've forced ourselves to build it on a virtual infrastructure, and everybody that works for us is in a different city. They can live wherever they want, they can travel however much they want, and that's entirely a centerpiece of our company culture.
Well, that really goes to show how many types of work and businesses that can actually be location independent like that. If a real estate business can, a lot of other businesses can as well. Thanks a lot. It was great talking to you.
Thanks very much.
And everyone stay tuned. We're going to talk to more people here today at the Digital Nomad Summit in Chiang Mai. And also in the future. So stay tuned at facebook.com/Beach City Life. And you'll find us on YouTube as well. Just search for Beach City. Ciao.